We're going to talk next about the Wonderful 101, a Wii U exclusive, it used to be, that did not sell especially well. It's a strange game.
I think I saw on Twitter that the Super Best Friends playthrough of that game has more views on YouTube than the game sold units.
I believe it. It did not sell very well. In fact, I went back and looked at my old Wii U collection. I don't have this game. I don't know what happened to it.
I do have it.
At first, I thought it was worth money.
I still have a sealed copy, and then I bought it digitally, so I didn't have to open the copy when I realized how rare that game was going to be. Obviously, that's not going to be rare anymore.
Yeah, because
it's about to be a giant hit on Switch.
Yeah, so I hope. I think they are remastering it. I think they're bringing it up to scratch with current. Because the old one was 720p for one. So I'm assuming.
Well, they're remastering it, and one of the stretch goals was a PS4 version, which they have passed. They've got all their stretch goals met in like 30 minutes.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I knew they hit. So for the Switch version, they only asked for $50,000, and I'm just assuming that version's done already and in the can.
Yeah, I think they're pretty much ready to go already because they're saying April.
Yeah, and they hit that in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and then the next one was PC. Steam version was next.
Then Steam version, then PS4 version. They did everything.
$250K for the Steam version, and then $500,000 for PS4.
I looked at that thing about an hour after it went live, and it was like 1.4 million.
Wow.
Like they were fine.
Where were these people when the game came out?
I don't know.
They didn't want. Now they want to buy.
I imagine they didn't own Wii U's.
That's true. Yeah, more people own Switch now. Do you think this game's worth it?
Yeah, I think this game's great. I mean, I wouldn't pay 1.3 million for it, but like,
yeah,
I backed it. I backed it for a physical copy. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. This game's great. I don't even, I'm not an automatic Platinum fan. I don't love everything they make, but this is great. It's almost a spiritual successor to Beautiful Joe.
It's like Beautiful Joe crossed with Pikmin.
Yeah, a little bit.
So you have all these minions who can form into objects that you then use as a weapon. Like they can all form into a hammer, and then you can use this gigantic hammer to attack enemies. It's got a bit of like a Godzilla Hong Kong vibe to it. Like
there's some kaiju to it. I mean, or Power Rangers as well.
Yeah.
Look, I've mentioned this game a lot as I think every game that's trapped on the Wii U needs to move forward onto the Switch to be saved from obscurity, and this is probably
This is the poster child for that.
Yeah, this is basically my picks for that. Like my top two picks for doing that would be this and Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yep.
And now we're getting this, so we're just down to Xenoblade, which I would imagine is not impossible.
Is there any Wii U exclusive left at this point?
Super Mario 3D World, but I can't imagine that's not coming forward at some point.
Yeah, it definitely will.
The HD remasters of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, that would be nice to see.
Did those run in at 1080p or 720?
I can't remember.
I bet it's 720.
Those are the last few that Pikmin 3, which was also on Wii.
Yep.
It's funny. There's a lot of Wii games that move forward, and then we're
it was a weird time. Pikmin, for that matter. Maybe that's why. So the crazy thing to me is that it is coming to other platforms because this was a Nintendo exclusive, and basically the stories that have come out about this was Nintendo was like, it's your call. Like you can release it exclusively for Switch, and we'll fund it, or you can release it for other platforms, and then that's on you. And that's when Platinum was like, okay, well, then we're going to launch a Kickstarter.
I believe they made the right decision.
Yeah, I mean, they did, obviously, because they hit their goal almost immediately. But how do you feel about this? A big company like Platinum.
It's the X-Play logo.
How do you feel about this? Like a big company, again, like, look, for Shenmue, I get it. Yu Suzuki hadn't done anything for 2 decades. He didn't have anything else going on. This is Platinum asking people for money to make a game.
I think they've made it.
I mean, they did, but...
They're basically asking for money to distribute it.
Yeah.
Because no one else will do it. Which I understand because it was a bomb.
It did. It bombed hard. Yeah.
I mean, I get when people sort of side-eye a corporation that is clearly funded on things, but they don't have funding for this. It's not the thing they usually do. And obviously Nintendo didn't want to touch it if they wanted to make it, because I can see why they want to do the PC version and the PS4 version to kind of widen the audience.
Yeah, it's the only way they'll make money on it.
Because make money on it, and also I think they are proud of this game.
Yeah.
Because it's different from a lot of the things they did, even though it is recognizably Platinum when you play it.
It's different from just about everything ever made. It's a very unique game for sure.
So I'm sorry, and I think sometimes you really do need to do the thing where you just say the audience is out there. We just need to do it. It's a pre-order.
Yeah,
and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because what did you put down? Like $50 is if you just paid for the game?
I think it was 35 or 44, whatever the tier for a physical copy is.
Oh.
So there's a cheaper tier for a digital copy, and there's a higher tier for a physical copy. So I got the physical copy.
And it's only 35. It's not even like
I want
60.
to say it was 44.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm not sure.
That's more than fair.
It wasn't 60. 60 gets you. I mean, some of the things you get for the higher tiers are pretty funny, including like I think over $60 or something. You get personally blocked on Twitter by Kamiya.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
And there's like fine prints like you do not actually have to be blocked by Kamiya if you do not want to be. So it's like that's very funny.
Well, he's known to be a bit of a jerk on Twitter, so it's right on brand.
It's his shtick.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is his shtick.
But I happily did it. I think I like this game. I think more people should play it. I realize that you could say that about most Platinum things, really. But this one in particular, it was just stuck on a platform nobody bought, and it should be saved from that, and it is. So great.
How do you feel, though, about companies with plenty of money asking fans to buck up for this
I don't
stuff?
think Platinum has plenty of money in that
Really?
regard. No. I don't mean I'm
$1 million?
they have plenty of money.
They could have totally spent that $1 million themselves and done this.
I mean, you could, but it's not smart business. It's better to have.
Well, yeah, of course you'd rather have somebody else pay for it.
I don't give a shit. Like,
you don't.
I think that's a weird way to look at it. Like, it's like there's no evidence from a corporate standpoint or a business standpoint that anyone gives a shit about this game that bombed incredibly hard a few years ago, and that Nintendo doesn't even want to necessarily take a shot on without like their say so. And to just say like, I know that if we put this up to the community and say like, if you want this, give us the money now and we'll get it to you in a couple of months. I think that's completely fair. If you don't want to do that, then don't. Because you know what? When it goes up on the platforms, you'll be able to buy it digitally anyway. So you'll get it anyway if you don't want to put your money down early.
No, I get that.
That's fine.
I just, there's something.
They don't have that kind of money set aside for distribution costs of a game that they made 6 years ago. Like, that's not how business works in that regard, I don't think. I don't think you can just suddenly earmark all this stuff for something else and not feel like you're putting your company in jeopardy. And that would have to be something that, like...
If $1 million puts Platinum in jeopardy, there's some big-time problems going on over there.
I don't think that's entirely wrong. Like,
really?
I don't know
$1 million for Platinum?
I don't know what kind of margins they operate on. They operate mostly on contract work. Like, who knows? I don't know what their financial statements look like.
Yeah, but
I'm not going to say that they can just, like, suddenly decide to redistribute, like, 3 different versions of a game that bombed half a decade ago. Like, if they want to play it safe on that and do this through Kickstarter, I think that's fair, and no one has to support them if they don't want to.
So you're in general, you're just okay with corporations basically getting welfare?
It's not what I would call this.
What would you call it?
Pre-orders.
I mean, you're funding the publisher. The publisher, they're going to make money off of this.
I'm funding them.
This isn't just a favor.
I'm funding
They're
them.
going to make a profit.
I'm funding them whether or not they do it on Kickstarter because I'm buying the game.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I care about. I mean, they're going to get my money one way or the other. I don't care when they get my money.
But if you wouldn't have been one of the backers, they may not have got your money.
Well, then that's a decision you can make when it comes out.
Yeah.
Because you're not. No one's going to put it up on the digital store on Switch or on PlayStation Network and say like, well, if you weren't a backer, you can't give us money for this now. Like, that's not how that works. So like, you lose nothing. We lose nothing by this. All we get to play this game again if we want to. That's all. That's all that happened here.
Yeah, I'm not saying on a personal. I'm just saying corporations asking people for money to me seems weird.
I think you're overestimating Platinum's liquidity. Let's
Maybe
put it that way.
They should be more liquid than you're leading on.
You'd think so.
I
but
mean, they'd have to be poor money managers.
Where do they get that money then?
What do you mean? For this?
Yeah.
Well, it's not like when they sign a contract to make a game for someone, they just spend all the money. They should have a war chest of money. They should have cash.
Somewhat, but I don't know if they have the money to do that and then like really throw that. I mean, they're not a cash-rich studio. They never have been. Like I have no problem believing that they weren't going to be able to suddenly just earmark this money for this thing, which could be just a lost cause. Like, and this way, by doing it, you really put it out there and get these people excited that this is going to happen. Everybody knows it happened. It's a news story. People put their money towards it. It's all kind of in the bank. It's a hype thing. You know, Shenmue 3 is probably the best comparison in the sense that like everyone who cares about video games suddenly knew the Shenmue 3 existed again when they announced that thing. And by doing this, suddenly everybody knows Wonderful 101's coming back. So it's partly just a PR move. But, I mean, I don't think we need to, like, crowdfund Nintendo bringing back Xenoblade Chronicles X, but Platinum ain't Nintendo.
Yeah. So. I don't know. I still have misgivings about it. people basically funding a corporation to turn a profit. That I don't know. There's just something that just doesn't sit right with me. But you're right. I am glad that the game is going to be back out there. People are going to be able to experience it because it is a great game and it is a game that more people should play. I don't think it's for everybody, but no
platinum games for everybody.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Very few. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Wonderful 101. It sounds like it hit all its marks. So it's coming to Switch, PC,
as far as I looked,
PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I think they got all their stretch goals already.
Yep.
They might need to come up with more.
And I think they did say that like if things exploded, they would consider like an Xbox One version of it. So that's likely probably coming to now. So
yeah, clearly the interest is there. And I'm sure Microsoft has noticed.
Yeah, but I think anybody who's watching this B-roll can see why it wasn't a smash hit.
No, it's let's call it quirky.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I saw this game, I knew it wasn't going to be a smash hit, and I knew probably one day we'd end up someplace like this, where people would be like obsessed with it and want it to be revived and want it to come out because nobody bought it on the Wii.
But also because that was just what happened to Platinum games. Then.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I also have an unopened box copy of this game, because I thought that it was going to be worth money someday. I don't know where it is, though. I seem to have misplaced it somewhere, but I did get this game and not open it, so that's all out the window. But I don't care. Like, what was I going to make on it? $20? It's better for everybody to be able to play this. So I think it's good news. It's just a little weird to me when corporations ask for handouts from fans.
I think it depends on the size and it's just the idea that Platinum has this money sitting around is not something that has ever been part of the narrative. Like, there was even like talk of like how when Scalebound got canceled, it was threatening the existence of the company by losing that contract. Like that, they really seem to live like hand to mouth a little bit on those contracts. So I don't know. I think they're a pretty lean operation. So.
But regardless, April, is that what they're saying for the Switch version?
I think that's what they said on like the delivery date on the where it says like when you're going to get the rewards or something. Yeah. I think it said April.
Okay.
The impression that everyone seems to be getting is that the port is done. They just need the money to distribute it. So
produce it and ship it, basically.
So and that should take a couple of months. Barring any weird factory delays because of the coronavirus.
All right. That's the thing, though.
Like, absolutely.
There's all kinds of factories in China that are shutting down, and like
all the third-party Transformers I have on order are basically delayed for till June.
Infinity. So. Yeah, I know Apple's in like deep crap too, because it's like we have all these factories, and
it's going to be interesting to see how console manufacturing gets impacted if this goes on long enough.
Yeah, I did see that that they won't be affected by tariffs, so that's good. That should not. That means the prices of them shouldn't be affected by that at all. Still going to be expensive.